Well, welcome back then to Game on Hay. New Zealand winners tonight in the first of the semi-finals, as we said at the start of the show, through clenched teeth, deservedly so, of course. We're going to look now at some of the performances that made this actually a very, very fine game of T20 cricket, given the genre, given the circumstances, the pressure of a semi-final. England, just to remind you, put into bat, and we're going to look at the main performances there. I mean, first up, the top scorer there, Moeen Ali, who came in number 4 today, and had to pick up a little bit because they'd had a couple of upsets early on. Buttler hadn't made as many as they wanted. Bairstow had struggled. Milan was getting settled, but Moeen, I thought, played a really good hand here.
Yeah, he came at a similar time. I mean, they were 15 overs, they were 116 for 3, and when Moeen came, he lifted the innings up, put a respectable total, fighting total, which with a little bit of better bowling and fielding effort could have been defended even in these conditions, but he really gave good chance to England with that knock.
Yeah, in England at that stage, we've needed someone to press the foot down a bit. And as we said earlier, that sort of 50 odd from the last 5 seemed to have got them up there. Moeen was responsible for that. The thing about Moeen Ali is that he seems to be available to do whatever England want. He's batted all the way up and down the order in Test matches, in ODIs, in T20s. The only thing he didn't ask him to do today was bowl, of course, which is another point of contention.
You can say that he's the go-to man when you need certain things done, and I guess with your Buttler today didn't quite come to the party.
No, he dropped the champagne. Sorry, he dropped
well,
the champagne.
apparently you needed someone to really step up, and he did. He's a magnificent player. He's an individual who, when called upon to do whatever, and he doesn't seem to have any fuss. He looks to me like a very good team person.
I think
someone that you'd like to have in your team, because, as you said, been pushed around the order at times, and especially some of the Test matches that you've seen him played, when I think he should have been up the order at times. You've seen something about at number 8, but he seems to be an individual that a team person, and when called upon, can just deliver the goods, which he did tonight.
I mean, the thing for him coming into this tournament, he'd found some form in IPL. So that was handy for him. So I mean, that's where IPL can be good. And for instance, for him, that form he showed there, he brought it with him into this tournament. For others, of course, it was a step too far.
It can be good for people. It can be very bad for people.
Depends who you are. That's enough. Leave it there. Leave it there.
I mean, look, they can really use him when Conway was there. That partnership. He definitely bowled 1 or 2, even 3 overs in that period, because they were not charging. They were just almost run a ball. So that was the best time to bring Moeen, and he might give you a wicket, because you finished Wood's over at that period of time. I think if Wood have few overs left in the end, might have different story. So you have to calculate and have your options in the end. He had no option. I mean, look, if something still there, and you ask Jordan to come back and bowl another over, he must have been all over the place. So you must kept few options in the end. So I think this is a mistake. Two, 3 overs, Moeen in the middle, and could have saved definitely one Woody's over in the last 5.
Interesting, as the point was made earlier, New Zealand used the 7 bowlers, not necessarily all successfully, but it gives you more options. You don't sort of run out of bowlers towards the end. England just stuck with the 5 and didn't use Moeen at all.
But when you look at New Zealand as well, to England in a big way, England didn't get across the line tonight, but when you look and see Livingstone, what he would have achieved tonight with his overs, it gives England another option.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because I think he was pretty good tonight.
I mean, Neesham had a go at him, yes, but by even then, even with that, it's still 22 from 4. That's right. 2 for 22 from 4.
You would work with that any day.
If you had 5 of those, we won by about 60.
For Moeen's batting, I want to take it to Rashid, Latif. Rashid bhai, نے یہ بات کی تھی کہ موئن کو اوپر یوز کیا جا سکتا ہے بیٹنگ میں.
یہ وہ پلیئر ہیں جو کہ نا ہر نمبر پہ کھیل سکتے ہیں, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 تک کے کھیل سکتے ہیں, اور انہوں نے کھیلا ہوا بھی ہے. ریسنٹلی جو فارم تھی ان کی آئی پی ایل کی, اور
نمبر 3 پہ آ کے کھیلے,
اور جو لگ رہا تھا ان کے اسپنر ہیں, سعودی کر رہا ہے یا سینٹنر کر رہا ہے, اس کو بہت اچھا کھیلتے ہیں. لیکن شاید ان کے ذہن میں یہ بھی اگر ہماری وکٹس اوپر سے گرتی ہیں تو بہت امپورٹنٹ ٹائم ہوتا ہے 7 سے 15 اوور جہاں پہ اسپنرز بال کرتے ہیں, شاید اس کو بچانے وہ زیادہ امپورٹنٹ ہوتا ہے. شاید اس وجہ سے نمبر 4 ان کو اپ گریڈ کیا گیا, نمبر 4 پہ کھلایا گیا, کیونکہ مورگن بھی پیچھے آ گئے, تو ان کو پتہ ہے ان کی فارم ہے, تو شاید یوٹیلائز صحیح کیا. لیکن ٹاپ آرڈر دیکھتے ہیں, بٹلر کا بھی دیکھتے ہیں, اسٹرائک ریٹ شاید اتنا زیادہ نہیں رہا اس دفعہ, اسپنرز نے تھوڑا سا ان کو ٹربل کیا, جیسے عمر گل نے کہا تھا. تو معین علی تو اپنا کردار ادا کیا انہوں نے, بس جیسے عاقب نے کہا کہ بولنگ کے لحاظ سے ان کو ٹرائی کیا جاتا ہے, اسپیشلی نیو بال اچھی وہ کرتے ہیں, جو کہ گرپ بھی کرتے ہیں,
عام بال بھی اچھی کرتے ہیں.
نیو بال پہ 5 وکٹ لیے ہیں انہوں نے, 5 وکٹ نیو بال پہ لیے ہیں انہوں نے, لیکن اس دفعہ ٹرائی نہیں کیا. مے بھی لیونگسٹون ان کے مائنڈ میں تھا کہ یہ زیادہ بلے پہ بال نہیں آئے گی, لیکن جو بھی اسٹریٹجی تھی, کبھی کبھار آپ کامیاب ہو جاتے ہیں, اور اس دفعہ شاید نیوزی لینڈ کا ڈے تھا, وہ کامیاب ہو گئے.
اور اس کے علاوہ ایک اور بیٹر ہیں جس کی آپ نے ذکر بھی کیا, اظہر بھائی, ڈیوڈ ملان. بہت ہی اچھی ان کی بھی بیٹنگ پرفارمنس رہی, ان کو بھی ہم ساتھ دیکھتے ہیں اور اینالائز کرتے ہیں. جس جگہ پر آ کے انہوں نے بھی وہ شارٹس کور ڈرائیوز کھیلی, بہت خوبصورت, بہت ہی آج خوبصورت ٹچ میں نظر آ رہے تھے.
نہیں, وہ میں نے صبح بھی بات کی تھی کہ وہ کھیلتے اتنا اچھا ہے, اسپیشلی یہ سگنیچر شاٹ ہے ان کا ایکسٹرا کور کے اوپر سے, چاہے وہ فاسٹ بالر ہوں یا اسپنر ہوں, ان کو بہت اعلیٰ ایگزیکیوشن آف دا شاٹ جو ہے نا.
When you have a left-hander going, man, David, you love that stuff.
I do.
So,
I can appreciate this.
I've got to say, it's always a sign of elegance when you see a left-hander on the go.
Always.
I was just trying to make you...
I feel a lot better. But you're right, those shots over extra are kind of old style. Because if you go back to one-day cricket as it was, say, just the 50-over version, even sort of 20, 30 years ago, without all the shots that have been invented in the last, say, 10 years, that was very much one of the shots that left-handers used. Just a little bit of space, get space to get the bat through, watch the ball, just
Don't try and
over the top.
overhit it.
Indeed, indeed.
And that's just perfect, and you can see the head was still while it's doing so, Sometimes you see a guy, see a ball floats up outside the off stump, and one goes to the kitchen sink. You lose sight of it. But his head was pretty still, and got brilliant shot. Brilliant shot.
Very nice. Lovely, lovely.
Great stuff, great stuff. And now we can come back to Joss Buttler. آپ نے عمر بھائی ذکر کیا بٹلر کی سپن کے اوپر جو پرابلمس تھی, وہ آج ہمیں دکھی بھی, اسٹرائک ریٹ بھی نیچے رہا اور وکٹ بھی ان کی اسپنر نہیں حاصل کی, پر اوبویسلی اس کے ساتھ ساتھ انہوں نے بہت اچھے شاٹس بھی کھیلے, اس کی طرف بھی ہم جاتے ہیں.
میرے خیال سے ورلڈ کپ میں یہ واحد یہی پلیئر تھا کہ جو سب سے ڈینجرس لگ رہا تھا, کیونکہ اس کو اپنی ایبلٹی کا پتہ تھا. جس طرح لاسٹ جو شارجہ میں میچ ہوا تھا, آج میرے خیال سے تھوڑی سی جلدی کی, کیونکہ ہم اسپنر پیس کی جو اسٹرائک ریٹ ہے, میں اس حساب سے کہہ رہا تھا کہ 102 ہے, کیونکہ اوور آل اگر اس پہ اسٹرائک ریٹ دیکھ لے تو وہ تو کافی زیادہ ہے, لیکن وہ مڈل میں اسپنر آ جاتے ہیں, تو اس وجہ سے میں نے کہا میں بھی کہ وہ اسٹرگل کرے اگینسٹ اسپنر, کیونکہ وہ جو اسٹرائک ریٹ ہے 102, اور جو اس کا جو 7 سے 15 تک ہے وہ آلموسٹ چلا جاتا ہے ویسے 177 پہ, لیکن میں نے وہ جو اسپنر کا تھا وہ نکالا تھا. میرے خیال سے تھوڑی سی اس نے بٹلر نے جلدی کی, کیونکہ وہ ایسا پلیئر ہے کہ وہ اگر ڈاٹ بال بھی کھیل لے تو وہ بعد میں کور کر سکتے ہیں, جس طرح شارجہ میں اس نے جو کور کیا تھا مشکل کنڈیشن میں, مشکل وکٹ پہ. آئی تھنک آج تھوڑی سی اس نے جلدی کی, جو کہ اینڈ آف دا ڈے تھوڑا سا انگلینڈ کے لیے بھی نقصان ہوا, اور وہی 15 سے 20 رنز وہ شارٹ پڑ گئے ان کو.
ٹائم ایسا نہیں تھا, جو ریورس سویپ ماری 8واں اوور تھا یا 9واں اوور تھا, بہت ارلی تھا ان کے لیے, کیونکہ یہ ڈیپ کھیلتے ہیں, جیسے ڈیرل مچل کھیل رہا ہے, ڈیپ جانا چاہیے تھا. کیونکہ اگر ہم دیکھتے ہیں میچ اگینسٹ سری لنکا شارجہ میں, تو آؤٹ ہو گئے تھے, لیکن پچ کو اسسٹ کر لیا تھا, اس لیے انہوں نے اپنے اوپر لیا اور ڈیپ گئے, پورے لاسٹ گئے سینچری کی. تو آج میرے خیال سے انہوں نے رانگ شاٹ مارا, جس کی وجہ سے انگلینڈ کاپ کر گئی.
So they feel he could have stayed a bit longer. That reverse shot, reverse sweep was not needed at that point, because he has done that. He stayed on the wicket in the Sharjah match, made a century. So knowing the conditions, he could have stayed on and not used that shot.
That's his shot, sir. That's his shot. The ball before he hit to the other spinner. So he went for 4, like it was it was a wrong selection of the shot. You know, like, I won't say, you know, that he shouldn't play that shot, but it was the line of the ball, you know, he missed it. Otherwise, if he connected, it goes for 4 and we say, oh, good shot.
There's shots sometimes
That's how it happens.
you know, there's shots sometimes you play
अभी भी defend कर रहे हैं
that you think, wow, that can get you in trouble at times. But when you look at the percentage, if you would have done well enough, it's sometimes those same shots, like if you're a compulsive hooker and you've done well hooking at times, every now and again you're going to fall in that trap of getting out. So it's tough to really call. It's a shot that he would have played over the years and had success.
Huge success.
Yes, that's right. You
hugely,
know, so
absolutely.
sometimes you live by the sword and you die by the sword.
I mean, all you need is a little sort of bottom edge. You don't have to, and you survive.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're right. The point is, had he, in the form that he's shown in the tournament, if he'd got away with it, if he hadn't been out at that stage, is what, 9th over. Well, when he cuts loose later on, as we saw at Sharjah the other day, when he cuts loose, it goes a long way. So if you imagine him batting with, say, Moeen, or Livingston, or with whoever was still required, that could have added another 10, 15.
Easy.
But this is a game of ifs and buts. I'm
But
afraid
one
the ifs
thing-
and buts
one
are not
thing,
on the
David,
scorecard.
One thing, David, it's obvious, because England doesn't have that firepower in their lower middle order. A guy gets in like Muhammad Asif Ali or this Nisham, ability to hit 4 sixes or 3 sixes in over. 4 wicket down, they played 20 overs and 165 wasn't enough. If you lose wickets, if your number 7, 8 is playing 1 or 2 overs, then okay, you can done with 165. 4 wickets, batting yet to come. It has to be 180 around.
Yeah.
माइक गेटिंग का रिवर्स स्वीप याद है 1987 वर्ल्ड कप का
हाँ.
वो कॉस्ट कर गया था वर्ल्ड कप
तो आज बटलर का कर गया.
It did. It did, you're right.
He said the Pete program from 87, reverse sweep of getting and today's Butlers. The cost the same way.
I remember in 87 we were suggesting we should ban the reverse sweep because it cost us the World Cup. Since then, the reverse sweep has been played probably several million times and gone for several million runs. Yeah, it's become such a
And still going
such a
on,
natural
and
shot
after
for these
today, it's still going on in England as well. At least they can ban in England.
I can tell you, there's some captains tell you, okay, you go for the reverse sweep. Please don't get out.
on this.
Please don't get out on the reverse sweep. When you're successful, everyone loves. You know, but that's the way it be. If you've been scoring runs on a regular basis, why not?
You know,
Why not?
but if you practice the shot like every other shot, like the cover drive and the hook shot and everything else, and you nail it in nets consistently, and you play it in the middle, and you get runs consistently with it, then it's just a normal shot.
Yeah, like sir, you said, you know, percentage of that shot, you know, the ball before it was on offside, you know, he went there and it was straight
Got it,
ball,
yeah.
you know, like he just misread the ball, I think, for that shot. Otherwise, shot was on, in my
Yeah, it
opinion.
was. When he missed, he's only he had us to miss, but when he missed, I just felt, wow, he's going to be pretty adjacent. And obviously, he went up, he took his chances, but I think deep down he knew that he was a goner.
I mean, that's why we praise him, we love him, because that's the way he plays, and that's why he's Buttler. And he's much better than Maxwell. High risk players, but the way of playing and being consistent, that's brilliant.
Agreed. Right, we've got something for the New Zealand fans now, which is the England fall of wickets.
Just one more segment, David.
This is Johnny Bairstow, who never really got going. First ball from Adam Milner.
Good catch.
Yeah, again, quality catching by New Zealand. It's the captain, Kane Williamson, setting the example. Umpires spotted that, just wanted to make sure. This is what we were talking about just now. I mean, it's a question of inches here and there. But you're right, the instant impression was that was very straight. The pitch is on just straightens nicely. And when I was watching this before, I was thinking, would it bounce? Will it bounce? No.
Because it looked like it was going to be out. It could be bouncing over.
Yeah. Milan's little thin edge through, it just hit Saudi for 6. And this was just that little bit fuller.
Important wicket. This
Just
one.
clever from Saudi in a way.
कभी मिले ना तो बोले निकल के भी खेलेगा
Another straightforward
Yeah,
catch
middle
in the deep. Livingston hit a couple of big shots. Didn't quite get enough on this one.
He does not quite have the power
Well, he's got
down
well,
on
the beast.
a long off as you would down
Yeah.
in slow corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go and have a word with him? Can you
I'll
just
come and
maybe
see you
teach
later,
him?
mate.
Teach Viv? Can you teach him a few new tricks? Can you get some power into him?
Just close your eyes and go.
Sorry, can I just ask any of the other coaches present whether they think that's good advice?
Especially when you feel like it's going to be there. You just close your eyes. There's some guys who do that.
Is there?
It's there if we hit.
Who?
Just hit to the line. We've seen who it was punt, doing his thing, one-handed. Who would ever?
Yeah, but he had his eyes open.
But I'm saying that it look like sometimes the way he hits it, that for some reason he's got blindfolds on, but and gets it going.
Gets it going.
Gets it going.
Yes, it
Right. I think we should take a break. I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice hitting balls with my eyes closed.
Yes, it can happen.
Okay, we'll be back. Don't worry, there's plenty more still to come. But for the moment, this is Game On.
Game On.
Hey.
How's that?
पाओ ₹100 का फ्री वाउचर इजी पैसा